We're going to talk today about how to estimate equipment cost in construction. So when you build a project, you have equipment. It's either rented equipment or you own it and you use it on the jobs that you're performing yourself. So rental equipment costs are easy to calculate. You call up the rental yard, get a quote, have it delivered, and pay the bill, right? Now, sometimes you got to add a little bit of maintenance. Maybe they charge you for insurance. Maybe they charge you for gas. And maybe mobilization. So there are some added costs to the rental charges. But that's simple. But figuring your own calculation for your own equipment. You know, is it paid for? Is it free and clear? Do you have mortgage on it? Do you have a yard? Do you have a shop? Do you have a mechanic? You got gas, you got insurance, you got a GPS system, you got all sorts of stuff going on, license, taxes, tariffs, tools, you know, all sorts of stuff to keep it going. So let me just ask you, what do you think a pickup truck, contractor pickup truck, a nice juicy one that might cost you 70 grand to fill up with some bins and some racks and whatever else you're going to throw on there to the GPS. What do you think that costs? Let's just say it costs 70 grand to own. What do you think it cost you to run it? What do you think it cost you per day? You know, you average 100 miles or 200 miles a day or 100 miles a day. So over time, you average so much 5 days a week. What do you think it cost you? I see a lot of contractors think it's 500 bucks. It's not even close to 500 bucks. If you're paying your guys 500 bucks for the use of their tools and equipment all day, they're getting paid about a third of what it should cost. Now, obviously, there's gas is the big variable factor, but think about it. It costs a lot of money. So if I was to call up Enterprise, rent a truck, their business department, what do you think they would charge me to rent a truck? Rent a truck for a week, for a month. To rent a truck, it's going to cost me about $3 grand a month, $2,500, $2 grand a month. It's in that range. And then I've got to add gas. So the beauty of a rental company, I mean, they're going to charge even as low as $1,500. You still got all the extra things. So $1,500 divided by 20 is what? It's going to be in the neighborhood of 100 bucks an hour or more. So let's think about what's it really cost. So first of all, we have to calculate the lifetime value of this truck. You buy it 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and it's the same idea whether you have a backhoe, a skip loader, whatever you got, a forklift, it's the same concept. You're going to own it for a while and you're going to pay it off over a while. So let's say you buy a truck for 75 grand, including the racks and a couple other things. Then you're going to finance it. So you either finance it or you pay cash. So if you finance it, you're going to pay an interest rate of what, 5, 6, 7, 8% per year. Or if you own it, I want to get a return on my cash, return on investment, minimum 15%. That'll cover overhead and profit of me as a rental company to myself. So I'm going to add that cost in, which is like 7 grand a year, 10% of 75,000. Then we've got our parts, labor, tools, equipment, shop expenses. Maybe you got a mechanic and a mechanic's truck. Maybe you got an equipment manager, a logistics person, a dispatcher. Then you got mobilization, move in and out. You've got gas. Now, gas is the big variable. It could run $500 a month, $1,000 a month. So that's the big variable. I encourage you to put that into your bid as a monthly or weekly charge for gas. And then, of course, you're going to, at the end of the period of your lifetime value, you're going to sell it. Now, what are you going to get for a beat-up construction truck with 200,000 miles on it? It's like, you know, nothing, right? So basically, you start over with zero. So we add up the total lifetime cost. So if I add gas, including my purchase price, for 6 years, it's $192,000. Now, if I sell it, I'll take it down a few grand. So I'm around $180,000, which is about 30 grand a year. That includes gas. So we take gas out around 5 grand a year. So it's $25,000 a year. It's almost 2 grand a month. It's about $1,800 a month is what it costs you to own that truck. So $1,800 a month is what? Not $300, not $500, it's $1,800 plus gas. So you've got to be real. Let's be real. That does not include markup, cost of ownership, profit. That's just cost. So you got to sit down and figure out exactly what it cost you. Then you're going to call your rental company for a forklift or a backhoe or a skip loader or whatever you need to rent, delivery truck, and you're going to find out what their rate is per day, per week, per month. And that's what you're going to compare. And if there's a variance, you want to be under the rental company so you have a little competitive advantage when you price work. So that's the key here. Figure out what it costs, and then you'll make some money. But most of us aren't charging enough for our equipment. Equipment costs more than you think it does. Back in 1980, I used to give my guys $500 a month. Well, this is 2000, whatever it is, 20-something, right? 30-something. It's way more than $500 a month. So be real. Don't sell your equipment short and lose money and think you're making a lot of money. You're not. The last thing you got to do is make sure you have a time card on your equipment so it gets job charged to the right job, to the right cost code. So every week your accounting manager can charge it at that rate to each job. I've seen a lot of contractors think they're making money, and I look at their job cost report, and the equipment charge is zero because the bookkeeper thought it was overhead. It is not overhead. It's part of your job cost, all right? So keep those things in mind. If you want a more detailed equipment rate calculator formula, let me know. Visit our website at contractorprofitcalculator.com, and you'll click on the button and you're going to get a copy of the labor and equipment cost calculator. And also you're going to get an opportunity. You can download the first chapter of my new book, Turn Your Construction Business into a Profit-Making Machine, and hope to see you depositing a lot of positive cash flow because you now know your equipment costs. Thanks.